but in the flicker of cosmic energy, in the flicker of the pulses of generation after generation after generation, we are doing much better than we think we are doing. So we're seeing the dying flames of our past. It's coming up from the earth. The earth is shaking and convulsing and lifting out these energies that have been with us. And so, as is true of our emotional body, we see the negative. And we think that's what's happening. Because the positive is flicking through. The light is flicking like that. It's so fast. So we don't recognize the media, the information, isn't talking about what wonderful thing you did today. Let alone what wonderful meditation you had. What wonderful point of reference, what energy you sent to the world, which is as powerful as going out and doing something, because it all begins here. That's why the information is moving the way it is. And so we're just going through a shifting right now. We truly are. And before another 10 years passes, you will see the result of that, where people will not tolerate people's torturing. Think of what happened a few, 50 years ago, 100 years ago, 200 years ago, how humans treated other humans. We will not go on this way. But we have to shed, and this is why it's so important to do incarnational work. I wrote a book called The Evolution of God, and I gave a whole chapter on how do you clear from you those points of references, how your great-great-great-grandparents participated, or great-great-great-great-great-grandparents participated in the killing of those who were of another religion or another race. That's over. So all we're seeing right now is the last of it. And as we see it, even though our informational systems are full of what is going on, it's beginning to stimulate this thing that is coming from the emotional body that's spiraling up through the heart, that's coming up through the throat, this point of communication that's coming up through the knowing, that's being released. And so we are moving. And simply that, when we look from day to day, it looks very slow. But if we could look from the seas of evolution, we would see how fast we are spinning right now. And it's changing because we are here. But how will it change if you don't change? And so, for example, I always say, if you see war, ask your body where you're holding war inside you. Maybe you kick the dog. People do that. Or maybe you degrade another person. So it's time for us to clear it outside of ourselves. Lovingly, embracingly, not with this finger pointing, shaking at you, you bad thing, you, but with the compassion of what it is to evolve humanity at this time. And so the information is out there, but we're selecting that information. We're aligning to the information that shocks us. People love war movies. People love to be frightened nowadays. Why is that? Because they are on automatic pilot. They can't find in making love. They can't find in a gentle gesture something that fills them and makes them feel alive. That's one of the difficulties of the information that we have. Because information has to be biological. It is my prediction that in the next 20 years, our technology will be biological. And then we will be forced into change. Because all that we have created, who created the computers? We did. They didn't create us, we created them. And what does that mean? So there's going to be an expansion whereby we're going to be able to recognize that there's life in cement. There's life in this. This is a dead animal here, you know? But there's still life in it. There's molecules in it. And it's absorbing the energy of our meditation here. And that is radiating out. So the laws of energy are beginning to come out as information We simply haven't learned how to use it. In the same way that at the time of the ascension, we didn't get what light body was. We didn't get what it meant. We didn't get what grace meant. So we're a little slow on some levels, but on other levels, we're faster than you think. So switch your attention. Every time you see something on the television or on your computer that's negative, clear it out of your body or ask your own higher self, what color do I need to give to this? What frequency of light do I need to give to this? So that you are always transmuting it through your consciousness. If you do that, you're going to find that suddenly you start running into people and situations that are changing. Because now there are whole reams of people that are doing that. I'm going next week to Italy to a parapsychological conference. And the title of my conversation is From the Mind to the Divine. What's the rest of it?
The Art of Human Potential.
The Art of Human Potential. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's time to start practicing. It's time to start feeling that you can connect with nature, or you can connect with the one who is being tortured. I worked in the men's penitentiary in Bolivia where everybody was being tortured, and I learned a lot about torture on all levels of the psyche. And you know what I learned that was the most powerful thing in my life? You can scar this body, you can beat this body, you can do whatever you want to this body, but you cannot touch the mind of the cell. So when a person holds in their consciousness something in their mind, it's more powerful than anything. And it's time for us to use that in a new way, in the higher mind. And so that necessitates us finding that the only truth is what we experience. And what we experience is our choice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does the earth itself have a collective emotional body?
What a fun question is that. Well, the earth is like our own body. It has meridians.
Yeah.
So it has energies that attract certain kinds of vibrations. That's why we see certain things happening in the Middle East and certain things happening in the Southern Hemisphere, etc., etc. Because there is a melding or an attraction and energy, and on some levels of understanding of the laws of energy, like attracts like. So again, whatever is seeped into the soil, since this is the day that it is, think of what has seeped into the soil in the Middle and the Middle East, for example. So there are parts of it that contribute energies. And then because of our own history, our own psychogenetic vibration, we suck that in or we take that on. The earth has an emotional body in that, just like your own body, if you hurt your body and you then listen to it, it would cry. It would be sad. It would feel that you hurt it. Meanwhile, you're thinking, you hurt me, body. You gave me a heart attack or you broke. But your body's actually saying, why did you hurt me? You know, the earth is the same way. The earth is constantly evolving. That's cosmic law. There is nothing, not God, not angels, not humans, not earth, nothing that is not evolving, that is not pulsing, that is not contracting or expanding, because these are laws of energy. So the earth itself has emotions, or let's say it has a receptacle. And like our own emotional body, it doesn't have time and space. So it just has what's in the receptacle. And what's happening now is that receptacle is full. And so it is shifting. It is shifting and it is spewing and it is moving. Because it has to literally make space so that it evolves. Another way of talking about how the earth is evolving is that we have this photon belt of energy, of light energy coming in. The electromagnetic energy, the ozone, the electromagnetic energy of our earth is diminishing, just as it was in the very beginning. And so it's allowing new energies to come in. That is stimulating the frequencies of our earth.